This is the all-new Community Connection. I'm your host, Jade Harrell, keeping you connected to our community. All right, a great opportunity to unite our community and bring up a team of young athletes in a new, strong, organized, and purpose-filled way. We are talking about the D1 basketball program that is now expanding to open its arms to children all over the St. Louis region. I am joined today by Coach Steve Jarvis, as well as NBA star, philanthropist, community good, just all-around great guy who we really are glad to have back in the studio. Larry Hughes is joining us. Thank you, gentlemen, both for being here today.
Thank you.
Great, thanks.
Mm-hmm. So let's just start from the beginning. The D1 program, tell us about that first.
Well, D1 basketball is a skill development program, which morphs itself then into competition play. The program is not only based on skill development, but also character development and life skill development. We try to build all-around kids, whether they're boys or girls, young and old, actually, just to become better all-around people, using basketball as that vehicle, using basketball as that tool to reach the kids and give them positive reinforcement and make sure they're in a place to do everything that they can do.
Mm-hmm. Now, we know that you have a love for our children. We know that you have a love for community. What inspired you to do this specifically?
Initially, all of those things, the skill development of basketball, also the character development, and the life skills. I think those are the three components that really push me and keep me going. And like I say, just using that basketball as a vehicle. I think our kids and our children just need an avenue to figure out what they want to do, in a positive environment where they're always pushed to be successful, and always, obviously corrected at the same time. But yet, that motivated me to be involved with the basketball program is more so in that character development. And because we all won't make it and play in the NBA. I mean, that's something that happens, on a rare occasion. So we must make sure that they're properly trained and ready to excel in life.
Right, to use it in life. Now, you maintain a standard of excellence. Pretty much everything you've done, you've put your best, your greatest effort toward, and we see it manifest. What do you see happening with the children that have come through the program?
Oh, it's the children. It's our interaction. When they walk in the doors, it's the high fives. It's the smiles from the parents. We don't attest to be the greatest program, in America, but what we do want is a family environment and understanding that our coaches and people that are involved with the program are out for the betterment of these children and allowing them to be successful. So, like you said, the city and the community is my heart. I mean, I'm from St. Louis and, want to always keep us in the best light possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've been through some trying times these past couple of years. This is bigger than basketball for us at this point. Oh,
this is way bigger than basketball for me. Like I said, I mean, we want those people that make it to the next level and, play professionally, but we understand that there's a large number of kids in our program that won't. So what tools are we giving them, to be successful is most important.
Yeah, so for the young people that are listening, what difference has it made for you in life? Not just you did get to experience all the greatness and enjoyment of playing not only in the NBA, but for great teams. You were a killer in college, high school. It's been that's been your story, but you've had some true realities and challenges in life as well. So they know. How does this make a real difference in your life? What difference did it make for you?
It brings perspective to me, and opportunity. And, when opportunity is at the door, how can we grab it? How can we open those doors? We have to be prepared to accept those opportunities that come to us. So, if we're not doing well in school and a scholarship comes to us, we can't receive that scholarship because we're not doing well in school. And even in our home life, if we're not a good person, at home, and these coaches are coming around and they see these players, they talk to everyone. You'd be surprised at how these coaches, who they know and who they talk to. So that's very important to, be ready to accept, your reward or your opportunity.
Be ready to step into your reward and to your opportunity. I love that. So we're also joined by Coach Steve Jarvis of the St. Louis Force basketball team, which is an exceptional program. These two powerful programs are coming together, are merging together. What does this mean to you, Coach?
Well, I think it gives us a chance to move further in what we were trying to do. Our program's 4 years old. We have the passion to try to teach the game. We want these kids to have a chance to make a high school team and be able to contribute on a high school team, and then move forward from that for some of those that might have ambition for college and go from that standpoint. But it was a matter for us. We've had conversations with D1 for a little while now, and we are very like-minded in what we were trying to do. And by putting our groups together, that just gives us more power to be able to touch more people and to do the things that we want to do and offer the programs that we would like to offer. So,
talk a little bit about the programs that you want to offer. What broader vision do you see for this?
More in-depth training, being able to handle all aspects of the time. The kids are doing a lot of different things. Some kids are a one-sport athlete. Some kids are multiple sport athletes. And we want to give those kids an opportunity to be able to get in the gym as much as they can and as much as they want to. Like Larry said, it just teaches them so much about what they're going to have to face in life. How do I accomplish this skill? And am I going to have the desire to work hard enough to get where I want to be? And no matter what they decide to do later on in life, that's going to come back and help them. So we want to be able to offer as many opportunities for these kids to work on their game as much as possible. And, there's only one of me, so if we can add more staff and more people with that same philosophy and that same vision, it's just going to help the kids go down that right path. And we've talked all along since we started our club that we really wanted to find a way to unite the St. Louis area in basketball. I think there's so much that can be done if we all come together. And, talking right away, that was both of ours philosophy, the way we wanted to go. So it was a natural kind of fit for us to come together.
That makes sense. Now, that's not a common narrative. Now, I'm glad that was natural because, of course, that makes sense knowing about Larry and knowing about Vicky and you guys over there with the Force. But that's not a common thing. And you're saying unite the St. Louis area in basketball. Basketball would be that unifying thing where, no matter who comes to the court or sits in the stands, that's something that will eliminate a lot of the barriers that seem to divide us and create some of the tensions that's making it tough for our young people to even live out their full experiences. Now, you said there's only one of you, Coach, but you're covering a lot of territory. You're a great coach. I've seen you run a full-out 2 gyms at one time and having everybody really coming up to some exceptional performance.
Well, you want to be engaged, and it's a passion. Basketball is a passion of mine. I grew up around it and I've always been involved with it. I'm coaching at the college.
Did you play? Because, I wanted to ask about your superhero story.
I played, I was in high school 2-time All-State player.
Come on, man.
I've scored over 1,000 points at the college level and high school level. So I played at college at Maryville University. I went on to coach there after that. So
love that.
For a little guy, I could do it. And that's what I'm trying to teach these kids. Everyone has limitations or everyone has obstacles they have to try to overcome, and you're going to be what you want to be, and you're going to be what you put into it. And whether you're not very tall or whether it's you're tall and lanky and have a hard time handling the ball, if you decide you want to do those things, you can accomplish those things, and it's just a matter of work ethic and the desire to try to accomplish those things.
Now, many of the youth in our area, the desire then is met by the opportunity and the available resources. And that's across the region. We're talking on both sides of the river. We're talking east, west, north, and south. So with that desire, you are now giving them the tools and creating that opportunity and giving them the resources to bring that all together and actually realize some of the things that they may hope for. They look around. They see what this can do. Yeah. So as I look at this, there's a lot of programs around, but this is a strategic partnership for a reason. What would you say has been at the heart of the St. Louis Force basketball success?
Well, I think if anyone comes to see what we do, the passion that we have, I think it's recognized. And we've had a staff that, we've been fortunate with the experience that we've been able to have with our coaching staff and what we've been able to bring in. And the common theme to all of it is just the passion for the game. And I think that shows. We were talking about before, if it's a 2-hour skills, 3-hour skills, whatever you're in the gym that night, when you have that passion and energy, the time just goes by. You just don't realize you've been there for 3 hours until it's all over, and then you kind of crash and hit the wall. But, it's just, you feed off the energy of the kids. That's what makes you young and stay young, too, is just to be around these kids and see that they have this desire to work at something and not every kid comes in the same way, but you have a majority of these kids that really want to do well. They, they want to please. They want to be able to get attention and maybe down the road, get a scholarship. I mean, that could be an opportunity.
Right.
So
a life-changing opportunity and a life-altering opportunity. Now, it seemed like you were picturing maybe a particular kid, or you feel that way about the children, but is there a story that stands out, or a young person that really...
Well, I think it happens over and over again where, you kind of struggle with a kid that maybe is not the most talented. The reward always doesn't come from the most talented kid in the program.
Say that.
That most talented kid in the program probably is motivated and has those skills and natural ability that they're going to get there, and you're kind of pushing the right buttons to keep them going the right direction. But you have the kid that maybe came in and had some struggles, and you knew they weren't getting to where they wanted to be, but you hang in there with them and you keep working, and you see that they keep coming back. They attend. That's the kid that never misses anything. They attend everything that you have, and the next thing you know, I've got some freshman girls that are freshmen this year that have played with me for quite a while, and you see those girls popping up, and some of them are playing junior varsity, some of them are on the varsity squad, and it's just they finally realize it. And I get emails from the parents at this point, is all these things you've been talking about for 2 years, 3 years, all of a sudden the light went on, and the kids are now saying, I get it now. And that's the rewarding part. Not necessarily that they're the superstar, but they get it.
Right.
And
that's a life that was important.
And that's that whole part of developing them as a whole person.
And that's, I think, is at the heart of what this is all about.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we speak like words, and I think that's what makes it a good partnership, and everything going forward, because, I mean, just the opportunity, we're saying the same thing,
right?
And then we're coming from different programs, but at the end of the day, we have a goal and a focus in mind. So it makes sense.
It does. And now it's no longer different. So let's talk about this awesome merger and what that means for the region. You're rocking this hat, D1B STL. I need to get one.
Oh yeah,
and a T-shirt and whatever else, some armband, wristbands, and everything else. I'm going to be one of them fans.
Well, we'll take care.
But let's talk about this merger and what that means for the area.
It's just this opportunity. Okay. It gives us a chance to, like Steve said, touch more kids. The ability to create more staff, the ability to have a clearer message, the ability to learn from other coaches outside the D1 program, now inside the D1 program.
Cool thing, you're coaching too. I'm
a coach.
It's not just the face. You're not just the poster for the thing.
No, I'm actually in.
Yeah.
I'm in, and I have to pick my spots. I have to make sure that it's an even playing field for everyone. I want any parents coming up to me and say, "Hey, why don't you coach my kids?"
Gosh, so all eyes are on you, right?
Yeah, so I want to keep a balance. I want to keep a balance, and it's definitely for the kids. I mean, and coming together and having the old Force kids coming into the gym with the D1 kids. Now you see interaction.
Yeah.
Now they're talking to each other. Yeah. Now we're not just having just the girls group and the boys group separate. Now we're just kind of mixing in a little bit, and kind of separating them.
I also noticed what a powerful statement of diversity and community it is. Even between the genders, even between the ages, how they can interact and benefit from the energy of one another. I think we're strengthened by the more time we spend with other people. And that pretty much is the only thing that keeps us from working together, is not really knowing how to connect with one another, across those lines. And so this is where I was really excited to see in one of the first few practices how diverse and how inclusive that practice in the group has become. That's a real big part. So if you were sending out the invitation, who is this program for? Who can come? Who can take part? How do they get involved?
Well, we're sending it out to everyone.
Everybody.
I mean, you don't have to be a supreme athlete. You can have 2 left feet, 2 right feet.
Okay.
Can't run and chew bubblegum at the same time.
Ever touched the ball before?
We want your presence. We want your face. We want to have the opportunity to touch you and not only give you words of encouragement for basketball, but also life and going forward. So we want to send it out to everyone. So we have kids in the program, right now they're working with that are 5 years old.
Wow.
They're 5 years old. It takes a little bit to work with them.
I was going to say herding cats,
but they're in there for fun.
Yeah.
So and we know the levels
there is
of
fun.
Yeah, the levels of basketball. You have to incorporate that fun aspect for the kids that are that young, where they want to enjoy doing what they're doing.
Well, you
so
look
we understand
around
that.
the nation and throughout the news, the fun is getting sapped from our children's lives. They don't get to be children and enjoy what they're doing because we're so driven in making them the grown-ups and backstepping into what this will mean for them when they become, that they lose that. So that's another exciting part. So age is 5, as early as age 5.
As early as 5.
Wow.
We'll take them
boys
up.
And girls.
Boys and girls. Boys and girls. And obviously with Steve and the group coming over, they were working with high school kids. So that now just expanded us into the high school level when D1, initially we were K through 8th grade. So we just added another piece to our program, which will benefit us, going forward.
All right. And where do people go to find out more?
They go to d1basketballstl.com. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're great with communication. We're great with being organized, and I think that's a strength, with both of our programs for parents to understand that. We're going to communicate. We're going to be organized. It's an open platform. Any comments, concerns, we're willing to address those things because we're huge on accountability.
Right.
Because that allows our kids to have the opportunity.
Sure. What's the invitation for the parents, Steve?
Well, I think that we talked about it before. We want it to be family oriented. We want the parents to be involved and be connected. I think that's the value of what we're able to do by coming together and kind of leveraging our resources and staff and everything else, that we're going to have more opportunities to create that family atmosphere. And that's what we want to try to do.
And that's huge for our community. Well, welcome to the family. D1basketballstl.com. Phone number is 314-881-8443. 314-881-8443. Find out more. Get information online. Make sure you connect with them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even Google Plus. And there's some videos and things that you can get a good close look at them and what they're doing. St. Louis Force basketball team is now part of the D1 basketball squad. It's going to be an incredible opportunity for our children. Thank you both. Coach Steve Jarvis.
Great, thanks.
Larry Hughes.
Thank you.
Excellent job. We are looking forward to this. All right, that's it for this week. If you have questions or comments or have something you'd like to include in the community calendar, you can leave a message on our message box at 314-333-8369, 314-333-8369. And for more information about our show or any of our guests, you can visit us online and listen to the podcasts at Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker.com. And search Community Connection with Jade Harrell. You all be blessed, do blessed, and take care.